Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Shai Bashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I had a video in mind that I was going to do based off of the last video that Apostle Ramlab did concerning Bishop Nathaniel. And he was lambacking off of a video that I did and also a video that Apostle Gabar had did. Anyway, as I was getting everything set up, I came across this article. You'll see it right here. This is from the New York Post. And let me just get my bearings straight, okay? Okay, it says Biden speaks of hell at the National Prayer Breakfast. His speech certainly was. So I read through it. What I actually did was I went to WordFind. I put in quotation marks to, so you want to get him quoting something. But anyway, I'm going to title this video, and it's not going to be long. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget the Most High. And all of the nations forgot the Most High. None of these heathens are praising the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They're not acknowledging that we're the Israelites. So they're all going to go down, but the nation or the kingdom that's going to go down by fire is this current rulers, Esau's current rulership, by way of Babylon being utterly destroyed by ICBM missiles, by warheads, by missile warheads, and by the angels, by the Lord and the angels, leading the angels, and they're going to shoot lasers on this place. And right before that, the elect will be delivered, be beamed up out of here in America, and the rest of the electors around the world. But the only two places going to be utterly destroyed is Babylon the Great and the land of Israel. And the other nations they'll probably be hit. A lot of them are going to be affected by the earth quaking, so there's going to be a lot of destruction around the world. But these places are going to be built back up. Israel's going to be built back up, but Babylon the Great will never be built back up. It will be, the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and it will go back to its lowest common denominator, which is sand, which is a desert, the biggest desert on the planet Earth. And these people, these leaders of this system, especially America, they know that they're going down. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, so here it is. It says Biden speaks of hell at the National Prayer Breakfast. His speech certainly was. So what I did was I just read the quotes. The main quote was, okay, I'm going to definitely read this one. And I'll read this one here, but you're going to laugh when I read this. Let me bring this back up. Breakfast organizers were hoping to avoid any scandals this year, The prayer breakfast became notorious as an international influence peddling bazaar. They're doing all their little under the table deals because they're all corrupt. All of them. They're all corrupt. If they were truly righteous, they'd be dead. They'll get rid of them. All right, an international influence peddling bazaar where foreign dignitaries, religious leaders. I beheld three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Religious leaders. We're finding out these religious leaders, especially Christians, are corrupt as hell, and they live two lives. Diplomats and lobbyists jockey for access to the highest reaches of American power. The Congress only lists, and the president, and the Supreme Court, and these courts, they're all getting pocket lined. Okay, they don't give a fuck about your vote. They will get you to vote up. This demon right here, he went into he's going into he's going visiting black churches. He's going into black barbershops. He's going, and then these jakes are smiling and kikiing and all that. And we know why he's doing that, because he's trying to get the black vote. And a lot of you coons will vote for this guy. So it says, jockeying for access to the highest reaches of American power. The New York Times reported. Convicted Russian spy Maria Butina used the breakfast to establish a back channel of communication with America's top political leaders, according to the 2018 federal indictment. The money talks. Okay, it says organizers stressed the event strictly adhered to congressional ethical standards, and they have no standards. A phrase that boosts confidence only inside the Beltway. Okay, so this is the main quote I want to read. Perhaps it was a divine spirit that lifted, divine spirit, divine spirit from the left-hand side. Perhaps it was a divine spirit that lifted Biden's rhetoric higher than usual Thursday. And this is him quoting, and I quote, "We're the beacon of the world." What should come to your mind? We're the beacon of the world for you dummies out there, especially you boneheaded Christians. Isaiah 14. The statement that he made, he's saying that they're saying that they're Lucifer. We're the beacon of the world. Look up the word beacon. Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming. Now you got Bishop Nathaniel talking about hell is an actual, well, you got hell as a condition on earth, which is not, it is a condition on earth, but the actual word hell, when you look the word up in the Old Testament and the New Testament, you look up the word hell, the majority of the time it's referring to, it goes back to the word grave or pit. That's why when the Lord was died, he was in hell for 3 days and 3 nights, meaning he was in the heart of the earth. He was in the sepulcher. He was not down there hanging out with little Nicky. If you watch that movie, you know what I mean. He was not down there burning up in hell. It was talking about the grave, which was at that time the sepulcher. which they call a mausoleum today. That's where small heads get buried in mausoleums because the ancient Israelites got buried in mausoleums, which was called sepulchres. It says, "Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming." So we know that this is not talking about, like you can ask a Christian, can people from hell escape hell? Can they get out of hell? And they're going to say, no, once you're there. I said, so explain this to me. Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even the chief ones of the earth. So the chief ones of the earth are going to come up out of hell to greet Lucifer as he goes down into hell. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. So people are going to come out of hell to attack Esau, according to this. Now, you know what I want to do? I want to read this in the NLT. Isaiah 14:9 in the NLT. In the place of the dead. Now the word there in the King James is hell. The place of the dead is where you're buried. The place of the dead is a coffin. In the place of the dead, there is excitement over your arrival. Whose arrival? Esau's arrival as he's coming down. The spirits of world leaders and mighty kings long dead stand up to see you. That's reincarnation. That's two things. Reincarnation and resurrection. Resurrection and reincarnation are two different things. Reincarnation is when you die, your spirit goes back into the spiritual realm, and you come back as a newborn baby. Resurrection is when you die, and that spirit is, what's the opposite of decomposed? Recomposed. Like Lazarus. Lazarus began to decompose, but the Most High recomposed him, and that's resurrection, not reincarnation. Lazarus was not reincarnated, he was resurrected. Yahweh Shai was resurrected. Elijah was reincarnated as John the Baptist, and Abba Bibbins, however you want to say it. That's Elijah and John coming back. And none of these camps teach that. None of them. None of them. None of them. Not a one. If you do, you can say, "No, you're wrong." I say, "Okay, I'm sorry." RUIC doesn't teach it. RUIC does not teach that John the Baptist, that Abba is Elijah coming back. I don't even know if ISUPK, I don't know if they teach that or not. Because when you read Matthew 17, I went through this many times, Yahweh Shai spoke about Elijah coming back, and he said he came already, meaning he was John, but he's going to come back again. He spoke about him coming 2 times. And that's Abba. And who did Abba bring together? The men that we came up under. Let me read this again. In the place of the dead, there was excitement over your arrival, over you being brought down. The spirits of world leaders, the leaders that you have in the world, they were leaders in the past life. And mighty kings, long dead, stand up to see you or see your downfall. Let me keep reading. With one voice, they all cry out. Well, that's Matthew 12. Yahweh Shai spoke about the men of Nineveh together will what does it say, condemn you. I'm merely paraphrasing. I'm not going to go to it. I may go to it. It said, now you are as weak as we are. The great equalizer are the ICBM missile systems. Your might, which is the military might, and power were buried with you. The sound of the harp in your palace has ceased. That's Revelation 18. Now maggots are your sheet. Maggots are your sheet is referring to death. This is written in a poetic way. And worms your blanket. Yahushua said, the place where the worm dieth not and the fire is not quenched. What was he talking about? He was talking about Babylon the Great being destroyed by fire. How you are fallen from heaven, O shining star. That's what Lucifer means, shining star. If you look up the word beacon, matter of fact, let me go ahead and look it up. Bear with me for a minute. Because Biden mentioned beacon. He said we are the beacon. Beacon, meaning okay. Beacon, a fire or light set up in a high or prominent position as a warning signal or celebration. British, often in place names, a hill suitable for beacon of fire or light. A light or other visible object serving as a signal, warning, or guide at sea. That's all we need. So just come on back. So we're back in the King James. Okay, hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming, and stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Because when they see weakness, they're going to pounce. Because they remember what you did in the past. And Jake is going to Jake men. Not you motherfucking woman, Jake men. They're going to remember, captivity, bro. If they get a chance, they're going to fuck your ass up. Okay, the Most High putting the power back in us. That pomp is, Isaiah 47. Your skirts. The thigh pass over the river, meaning that the world sees your wickedness, your hypocrisy. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. The noise of thy vows, that's in Revelation 8. No more bridegrooms, no more brides, no more music, no more food, no more dainties, which is fried food, delicacies. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Lucifer just means beacon, beacon of light. I just read the word beacon. Son of the morning, which is the morning star, which used to be called Lucifer. The bright morning star, the first star you see in the morning. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Now you're being cut down. You're going to be totally, utterly cut down by the warheads. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascended to the heavens, I will be. That's all you devils. So now let's come back over here. Okay, so this is this walking corpse talking. It says, we're the beacon of the world. As he just said that we're Lucifer. Another word for beacon is Lucifer. Lucifer is Latin for light. Who's going to be the new Lucifer? Yahweh Shai, and we are. We're going to be the new Lucifer. Now you're going to get some simple ass, see, to our said we're going to be demons. Man, shut up. We're the beacon to the world. The entire world looks to us. Not no more. That's not hyperbole. This is an idea. Daddy Bush said, it's more than a, how do you say that? It's more than one nation. It's a big idea. He mentioned 1,000 points of lights. This idea was made real before the soul became flesh. Well, he's saying predestined. Before this dream became a fact. It was prayed for. It was hoped for. It was believed in. That's the story of America. Well, this is the end of this place. Here it is again. Biden speaks of hell at the National Prayer Breakfast. His speech certainly was. Okay, editorial. Bet that Biden never truly answers attack that killed 3 U.S. soldiers. They all happen to be Jakes. Lord have mercy on anyone trying to follow Biden's revelatory narrative. It said the president maintained his perfect record of disaster by invoking the bitter angels of our nature. Now he got that. That's a quote from Lincoln. The bitter angels of our nature, and he's known. He was caught up many years ago for plagiarizing this. I believe the dude was from Ireland. So he was found guilty of plagiarism. So he's plagiarizing. If he said, as Lincoln said, then you're not plagiarizing, you're quoting. Before assuring listeners that the fruit of this, oh no, don't, please don't, come on. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. Did they ever show that to you when you came over here? They never showed that to you. They showed you the exact opposite. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. We got to wait for it. I believe that's our collective calling. So now this guy's trying to get biblical and righteous and humble. You can't do that after you did all these horrific crimes. For hundreds of years. We can go back thousands of years. We're talking about the Roman Empire. We're talking about Alexander the Greek. We're talking about Christopher Columbus. All you did was rape, robbed, and murdered. And pillage. And had a perpetual hate. Ezekiel 35 had a perpetual hatred against us. So all of a sudden now he's going to become humble. Fuck that shit, man. Anyway, with that I'm going to say shalom.